All right, here we go. Video number one. This is for Michael. Hey, Mike, how you doing? I'm just going to give you, this is just a BS. I'm using Snagit for this. I just want to give you a quick walkthrough on a video and maybe give you some insight into how I would do this, but I will defer to you. I'll stay out of your way. I let the pros do the pro stuff, and I just fake it. All right. Anyway, you'll get access to the stuff with Chris. Chris is going to give you access. I think Chris will walk you through some of it. You should have my user document. You should be well equipped by tonight, I hope, to be able to start looking and doing and playing around like I am here. But anyway, I'm using Snagit. I'm doing a quick example. So you'll get the web link here. It'll be an IP address, and you'll have VPN credentials. When this thing goes live, we're not going to say anything specific about the link in any videos. We'll just go to your URL that you've been assigned. That's how we'll start it for now, and then later on we can always modify these when we get the link. I think the link will be vendorconnect.tntstratalliance.com, but we'll look at that. Anyway, they start at the login screen. So this is kind of the way I would run it is each field. So let me see. All right, so here you have your login screen. You're going to go to your user login, and you're going to take your user ID that you were assigned and the password that you have, and you simply click login. Once you log in, you will see a main menu bar. It will be different for different customers. The client, the person, the company, whatever, the organization you're shipping to, their logo will appear here. If you have multiple clients, if you happen to be using this Vendor Connect tool for more than one client, you may need to go to the About box. Now, the About box, a little hidden here, is where we have the ability for you to change your client. In this example, I have two clients that I could go to. I can go to TNT Corporate, or I could go to Easy Pickens. In this scenario, I'm a vendor. I have two clients that are using the same Vendor Connect tool, so it's all in one place for me. Left side is basic application information, and then in another video, we'll go over how to submit a support ticket. Anyway, so let's stay in the About. I'm going to, right now this is TNT Corporate, I'm going to click on Easy Pickens. You'll see the logo comes up, it refreshes, and I'm at my main menu. The main menu is shipments, which is where we're going to do today. We're going to focus on this video will be on how to create a shipment. Other videos you can look at are for how to obtain support, administration, which is for system administrators. The About we just covered is a very simple piece, and we all know what this button does. So we're going to build our first shipment. So we're going to start by clicking on shipments. What will appear is a little dashboard, and it will show you any work you have in progress and the status of these bodies of work. Each row represents a different shipment, which was created by clicking on this blue notepad icon. In this case, if I wanted to, I can come back when I log in. If I'm working on any shipments, we can click in on the edit button and go right to that shipment and edit. We can remove it. If it's ready to be shipped, meaning it's got to be scheduled first, you can mark it as shipped, or you can click here to take a look at the purchase order. We're not going to focus here. We're going to start with the new one. What the objective here in this video is for you to be able to create a shipment that will appear in here as a new shipment. So we're going to click on the blue icon. What you see here is the header information. Before we create the details or cartons and pallets, we first need to define what this shipment is, who we're shipping to, who it's coming from, who the contacts are, and some basic information that we will need to put on the bill of lading, which will move with the product. We'll start at division. Your client may have multiple divisions, or it may not. If you have multiple divisions, you'll be required to pick one. If there are no divisions, this will be blank. So you pick your division, pickup or delivery. You select, this is the warehouse receiving type. This pickup means that you're going to have the product picked up from the facility by a third party. Delivery, that means that you're managing the freight. It may be a house carrier, it may be a contracted carrier, but that carrier is going to take it from your building under your contract and move it to the warehouse. The carrier, we use the 4-digit carrier scat code. If you select it, you pop it in here. It gives the client the ability to know which carrier is going to be coming in. And then your side, the vendor contact. Whether it's the person that is doing the processing on the site or it could be a manager. That needs to come in here, and this is the contact information that will move with the freight and also be used by the warehouse if there are any questions about the shipment. This is your ship from address. This actually denotes the facility that the product is going to be coming from. And then ship to. You may have multiple warehouses that you have to ship to for a single client. In this case, Easy Pickens has two physical facilities. You pick the one that you want to select, and you'll see up here on the right side what will show up is their receiving schedule, their dock hours, and this will be used later for scheduling a shipment. Populate the freight class, the commodity, basic information. 50 class clean freight may be used generally. Your commodity code you select from here, whatever closely represents the product you're shipping. Load type. If you're floor loading and just loading cases on the back of a truck, pick floor. If you're palletizing, pick the pallet. Whether your product that you're shipping is ticketed. If it's ticketed, click on yes. Actually, this is just a slider. So yes or no yes, whatever. So I'm going to say these are not ticketed. So I'm going to click the slider to the left. I've completed the basic information for my shipment. I have two choices. All right, I'm back. I had a call and to take care of some things. Anyway, this is just between us, so I'm not worried about how this video comes off. Anyway, so basically, Michael, they create the header section. You'll get a document that'll give you some detailed information about these things that you should look at. And then, when we come through here, give some background explanation, some stuff, but not too long. I'm thinking two versions: a longer version that really steps through the stuff, and then a quicker version which really cuts to the chase, just gets them in and out. But anyway, I'm just giving a hodgepodge here just to give you some ideas. So as they click this, they then can access the purchase orders, and these purchase orders come from their client. Their client, in our case Easy Pickens, is going to upload the purchase orders into this portal through another option. And the vendor, which would be me logged in, will only see when I click this, we'll just see the purchase orders that fall within the date range of today. So most in retail, purchase orders have a start and cancel date. We want to make sure that the vendors are seeing everything just in that date, because sometimes clients will send POs early, and we don't want to clutter this with anything that they're not going to be that the client is not actively expecting. Anyway, that's some background. So for the vendor, will click. So you click on your purchase orders, you will see your purchase orders that are within a specific date range. Your start and cancel date will show up here. How many days before it cancels? You have a display purchase order option over here that will display the PO as it's being packed. It gives you the number of stores that you are going to be shipping for. Again, this PO, while there may be other vendors on that PO, you're only seeing the stores that you're fulfilling to and the product that you're fulfilling. So when we click on this, again, there's 9 stores, and these are the 9 stores on the right side, and it tells you by store how many units they're going to receive, what you've packed already, how many units are packed in those cases, and what is left to pack. So we'll take an example. Let's look at store 3. So if I click on store 3, I can go in here. Let's say I want to do 1 case per store. 1 case per store. We'll pack everything on for that store into a single case, 59 units. It may not fit, so caution needs to be exercised when selecting that option. Now what I could do here at this point is I can come back over to the PO, the display PO. It shows the number of stores. It shows I have 1 case packed of the 59 units, which we did, and that's right here. Units open are 0, 59 packed, 1 case packed. If I want to look at the details, I'll click on store 3, and I'll see that Easter sweater, 33 of them went into the carton, and Pinocchio's gloves, 26 pair, went into the same carton. And that's because we chose to pack 1 store into a complete carton. Let's close. So Michael, what you'll do is you look at all of these pack rules, understand what they do with a fair amount of detail, and then explain and give an example of each one, or Chris, Chris, you may want to jump in, or so case per style, you'll do a mixed case pack. Mixed case pack is the most sexy one. I'll pick one here. We'll click this store. We'll go to mixed case pack, and you click on build carton, and that will take you to a little snap-in, and it shows you the products. In this case, it's only one product, so really mixing a case doesn't apply. But if I had multiple products here, I would select from them. So we'll just get through this one pretty quick. Let's put 16. Let's keep it simple. It's going to be one carton. This would be the same as actually packing the whole store into a single box. This was a bad example. So the other thing too, Michael, is look at the data before you show. We may want to, so you know when you click into a store which one has mixed products. So let's go one with a lot of units. 73. There's a good chance we get a good mix pack here. Go to build carton. Here we go. So you got all these different products. It shows how many have to go, but it's for the store. And if I want to mix in the case, so if I wanted, I could put 3 of these in a case. I'll put 2 of these. I'll put 1 of these, 1 of these. I'll put 2 of these, and I'll put 4 of these. Now, in this scenario, some vendors may actually have it where they have what they call a rainbow run or a kit, where they'll have just different units of different products in a box. This would work wonderfully for that. Or they may just have just a buffet of products that they got to put into different cartons. They could do this however they want. I could have made this 18 and 11, and two of these SKUs in entirety would go into a case. Now the other thing is that this scales. So I can not only do one, but if I put 2 cartons here, this 3 really would be, this would be 3 units in carton 1 and 3 units in carton 2. 2 units in carton 1, 2 in carton 2. So if we generate cases, you'll see it created 2 cartons, and the quantities that we asked to put in there are right here. So I got 3 of this SKU in one of the cartons with a total quantity of 6, because there's 2, right? 2 times 2 is 4 in total. So it just created 2 cases with this product mix. We'll build cartons. And now let's take a look at this. So let's come over to display PO. I'll go back to here. Store number 5 we looked at. And this is a bug. What's supposed to show here, this seems like the first item worked. It's not showing it for the second, third item, but we'll got to get this fixed. But what this will be, Michael, is every SKU will have cartons under it, and those are the cartons in quantity. So there's 3 of this SKU in this carton. There's 3 of that SKU, the same SKU, in this other carton. Okay, and the math is off here too. Anyway, that's how this works, but I think you get the idea. Then you're going to go through these other different things. Universal Packout is a little more complicated, but again, I'll also get you the design specs so you can take a look at that. Notice also, because this is partially filled, speak to the legends, the color of the legends. You can have, let's come over here, another one. Let me just take this up. Oh, we moved it. I'm just going to reset those cases and give you an example. See, even though this is green, this is not green. This is partial because you only have 1 case built. Once all of these get green, this will flip to green, giving you the status. And if you could see, if I'm partially packing, it stays at this color. So maybe an example of just doing a partial pack the way I just did. So we'll do this select. I'll do mixed case pack. I'll go through this again, and I'm just going to do, I'll keep it simple. Just 3. We'll do 2 well, if I do 2 cartons, it shouldn't work because that would give us 6, wouldn't it? Right? We have 3 here. I can put 1 carton, but I can't put 3 in the other. So if I try to do 2, you get an error. Pack hires quantity available, and it gives you the product code. So that's a no-no. So I have to say, oh, I really meant 2. Because I'm going to put 2 in each case, and there's 2 cases, which gives you 4. So I'm going to do 2 again, generate. And here we go. So this is available. This is what is not packed. So we still have all these units that we have to pack. So I generate cases. I'm going to have to build the carton here. Now I can go, now what you do is you go back again, and then you can use another pack rule. So everything that's left, I want to put each of those SKUs, what's left. Store 5 as pack quantities. All right, so these are discrepancies I have not seen yet. Case pack build. So okay, so they're shutting off case per store. So once I go to mixed case, it looks like it locks it, and you got to finish it that way. So I'm gonna make it. I do 12. I know you have 5 left. There's 5, right? 1, 20, and 4. And I'll just do 1, and I'm just gonna make this clean. All right, 0. So build cartons. The example I want to show is that now this is green. Again, this doesn't change because everything else isn't done. But once I get the rest of the stuff, I'll just use a simple pack rule. And we'll just do 1 case per store. We'll keep it simple. Build that. Now it's green, and now once it's completely packed, I can go ahead and do my documents and then schedule my appointment for the pickup or for me to deliver. But I could do another purchase order. So if I do another purchase order, and I can do multiple POs per event. I could do another case per store, or let's just do a mixed case pack. So let's try. So now I start another case pack. I'm going to go with 2s here. Again, I'm going to just do 1 carton just for an example. And now, okay, it's packed this carton. I actually packed it that way. Now I've got this over here. This is a bug. I should not be able to build my documents. Something is rolled back. Well, what's supposed to happen is that this is supposed to go away, because now I'm working on another PO that's partial until I either I have to have all green on this side, whether it's 1 or many, before these appear. So we'll keep out of that example for now. We'll work with the devs. I'm noting several issues here, but it shouldn't stop you from getting familiar and getting up to speed with this. I'm expected to take you a couple days to really learn this. So this is the packing. I'm going to go ahead and go into this guy again. Oops, took him out. I'm going to go here because I want to move forward. I want to keep going. I'm going to reset this. And it actually went backwards. That should have gone to ready to schedule. It's not going where I wanted. But that's another bug. Those should have stayed once I reset this. Let me put another one in and see if I can just get us to go to the next step. There we go. So now it's green. I had to do this other green to get it reset. But when I reset this, this should not disappear because I'll still have a complete green. But I want to keep going. So let's say you went through a pack, you packed a couple POs, use a different couple pack rules, you explain how those pack rules work. Next step is get the build documents. Okay, so when you click this, I'll call it the document center, whatever. I mean, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to build your labels. Then you're going to build a packing worksheet, which the vendors can take and print off this website and use on the floor to pack the boxes if they need to pack them manually. That's assuming they don't pack them while they use the system. And then the bill of lading, which is the document, and we'll move on. So let's go to build labels. Now the thing with build labels, depending on how many labels we've created in this test, it could take 30 seconds, it could take 45 seconds. It's important to speak, keep going through this. So as this is going on, it would probably be good to click that first, build labels, and then go through the build label, what that is, build packing worksheet, what that does, and the VIX bill of lading as an attachment. And by the time you're done with a little explanation, this box should go away and appear with a little notepad like that. So next step is once these are built, you click on the document here, and what it will do is it'll bring up your information. It brings up your labels. And if you, the labels are SSCC 18 labels. This is the barcode that is handled by the warehouse, but it's just easy to note. It shows the vendor's address. It shows the facility they're shipping it to. The last few digits of the PO are here. The bill of lading, we show the last 10 digits because 17 don't fit. Some other information. The route and sort code are pre-assigned at the store level. Don't have to go into that. That could be another video we could talk through. This is not supposed to happen. This is another issue. I don't know what happened here, but these numbers they'll come up here again. That will be we'll get that fixed. And then what they could, so the other thing too is these are pre-formatted. So when they print, if they print this to a printer, it's going to print in 4x6. It's a standard 4x6 label. This could be printed through a regular thermal printer, a laser printer. They could print it on 8.5 by 11 sheets. Some vendors did that, and they would tape it to the boxes. Those are probably low volume vendors. But this is something that they would print at their facility, and they'd get the packet of labels together. The next step is, and this is optional, they may, if they want to see how to pack these cartons, let's say they didn't pack it, as they didn't pack cartons and mark them as they were doing in the system, they may do it all at the end, right? They may bulk pick everything to a bulk forward area and then walk through that section and do the processing. So what you'll do here is they'll build a packing worksheet, and if I click on it, you'll see here it's got their logo, packing worksheet, and it basically, for every carton, one row per carton here, it shows what units are in it, the description of the unit, the purchase order it's for, and the quantity of these units, of these SKUs that go into the box. So this could be something that they use as a tool on the floor to help them process. And they may just click off, or we put the check boxes, so they may use a pen or something. The last document is the bill of lading. So this one should come in pretty quick. You click on this. This is the document that will go with the outbound shipment. It provides, again, it shows their ship from information, where they're shipping to, the 17-digit fixed compliant bill of lading barcoded number, one line per purchase order that was being processed. And I think, we did 2 of those on this, I believe, or I'll have to check that. But each PO will show up in the summary, and the total single line will show up here. I wouldn't go into too much detail with this. This is pretty an open concept, and basically the vendors they may or may not want to use it. Basically, with the instruction I would give here, Michael, is if your client requires a fixed bill of lading, or your carrier requires a fixed bill of lading, then this is going to give them a jump start. This is designed to be printed, and then they can use a pen or pencil or whatever to fill out the rest as needed for the carrier. Most carriers have stickers. They put stickers on the paper for the tracking number. Anyway, so that's the document center. So we're going to close. So I've got my documents. I got my bill of lading. Oh, we did have 2. Bill of lading, my packing planner. I'm pretty set. So I've packed everything. Now I'm ready to get this thing out of here. So my next step is to schedule an appointment. Also notice that the lock appears because I printed the documents. That means I can't go in and do anything. I can't change any of this stuff. I can click on it. I can't do really anything. If I try to do stuff here, it should blow up, which I need to test. We don't need to do that in the video. Just explain. This now locks your shipment, and they can't make changes. So anyway, back to schedule. So now we schedule a shipment. What it will do, if you recall, here's the slots, and this is it in the table. This is only going to show them what's available at the facility, what hasn't been booked, as their receiving date and time slot. In this case, you could see, these are single time slots. It's possible to have multiple 9 a.m.s for the same date. That just means they can fit in more receipts in that hour. So I'm going to just pick randomly. Just pick the 7/29. It's going to get there by my cancel date. Click accept, and you'll see that the status comes up here. It shows you the date for the appointment and the time and this is the date and time for the facility to receive the product. This is not the date and time for when you ship it or pick it up. That's the next step. So now we've completed, we're done. So at this point, there's nothing left to do with these screens. Everything else will be done from the dashboard. So if we come down here to the dashboard, you can see right here, this is the bill of lading we just created, and I have the ability to post a ship date. So the last step is I post my ship date, and that is simply by clicking on the truck. Review this to make sure it's physically leaving that day. If it is, you click yes, and it's gone. Now, the data is gone from here, but now the warehouse gets a notification, and they will track the inbound to their facility and receive it. That is how you create a new shipment.